Have you ever felt like productivity advice just doesn't work for you, especially with ADHD? Are you constantly told to do more, get started early, stay focused, or never quit, only to end up burned out and scattered? Here's the truth. Most common productivity tips are built on some pretty big lies, and for brains like ours, they're not just unhelpful, they're destroying your focus, mental health, and motivation. Today, we're exposing the 5 biggest productivity lies you've been told and what actually works instead. If you're ready to reclaim your attention and energy, stick around. Before we dive in, take a second to subscribe and hit the bell. The Growth Mindset Project is here to help you grow, focus, and thrive, especially if you're battling the same productivity chaos. You'll want to catch every episode. So let's start with the most persistent productivity lie of all. Lie number 1. You need to be doing more. You've probably seen to-do lists longer than an epic fantasy trilogy. Most people with ADHD have lived their whole lives with the weight of so much potential on their shoulders. We feel pressured to work harder, longer, and faster, convinced that if we just do enough, we'll finally unlock our greatness. But here's the first of the productivity lies. Adding more doesn't mean getting more done. In reality, trying to juggle every task at once leads to a mental web of open tabs, half-finished projects, and forgotten commitments. Birthdays, that laundry from last week, actual work assignments. It's a spiral. Feeling behind makes you pile on even more, and suddenly your days are spent spinning your wheels instead of moving forward. Overcommitting doesn't pay off, it backfires. Instead of catching up, you trade your rest, your joy, and your time with loved ones for stress and eventual burnout. Our culture glamorizes busyness and hustle, but genuinely productive people, especially those with ADHD, know that doing less with more intention is powerful. It's not laziness, it's strategy. Cutting the fluff, prioritizing what truly matters, and giving yourself permission to rest are not just self-care, they're necessary for real achievement. If more effort hasn't fixed things before, why would redoubling effort be different? Remember, if you want to do more, you often need to start with less. Lie number 2. You should always get started sooner. We hear this all the time. If you'd only started earlier, you wouldn't be rushing now. It's comforting logic, as if willingness alone could override the ADHD brain's challenges with time and task initiation. But here's the thing. For many of us, starting sooner is more complicated than just willpower. The truth is, executive function and task initiation work differently for ADHD brains. Sometimes it's impossible to conjure up the focus to begin until a deadline is near. Worse, starting early often just expands the time the task will take. According to Parkinson's law, work expands to fill the time available. That report you began 2 weeks ago lingers unfinished, tweaked endlessly, until suddenly you're panic editing it at the last second anyway. And when we fixate on starting sooner, we might actually skip steps that could boost productivity, like breaking projects down, setting up the right environment, or even making sure we have what we need before diving in. For tasks like studying, early starts help us retain information. But for many projects, it's about choosing the right moment to engage. Here's a powerful truth. Intentional timing beats arbitrary urgency. For example, if you're naturally a night owl, pushing yourself to tackle big projects at dawn won't help. It'll only make things harder. Instead of waging war on your own brain, work with its rhythms. Let go of toxic shoulds about when to start, and instead, make thoughtful choices about the timing that helps you thrive. Hey, if any of this resonates, or if you've been tripped up by these productivity lies, hit like and drop a comment below with the myths you've struggled with. Your story could help someone else break the cycle. All right, here's productivity. Lie number 3. Consistency is the key to success. We've all heard it. Consistency is everything, right? For routines like sleep, this is true. Our bodies crave stability. But here's one of the crucial productivity lies. Expecting robot-like consistency from a human, let alone someone with an unpredictable attention span, is a recipe for guilt and disappointment. ADHD isn't static. Some days you'll feel laser energized. Others it can be hard to even start a single task. When you force yourself into rigid routines, ignoring the natural ebb and flow of your brain's energy, you're setting up for disappointment, shame, and exhaustion. But when you accept that some days are just bad brain days and allow yourself to rest, you bounce back even stronger. In fact, this adaptive approach leads to more consistent progress over time because it respects your limits instead of battling them. Maybe some weeks you power through projects for hours, and other days you need to coast. Productivity is about honoring your cycles, pushing ahead when you feel capable, and resting when you need to. High-level output comes from riding this wave, not fighting it. Allow flexibility, and your bad days won't derail your long-term goals. Lie number 4, stay focused at all costs. Our world is obsessed with deep, unbroken focus. You're told to block distractions, eliminate interruptions, and treat loss of focus as failure. But here's the unexpected truth. For ADHD and neurotypical brains alike, distractions are inevitable, and sometimes even valuable. Trying to force unbroken concentration for hours is not only impossible, it's actually counterproductive. Sometimes, a wandering mind stumbles on creative ideas, novel solutions, or even simple joys. That short water break or unrelated thought might lead to an aha moment. The real productivity skill isn't immune focus. It's learning how to refocus when, not if, distraction happens. Accepting that your brain will wander is a powerful mindset shift. Instead of beating yourself up, build in strategies to steer yourself back. Timers, accountability buddies, environmental cues, or simply scheduled breaks. Give your mind the space to roam, then bring it gently back on track. Trust me, you'll be less exhausted, less frustrated, and far more creative. Thanks again for joining us today. If you're getting something out of this discussion, go ahead, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment about which productivity lies you want to let go of. On to lie number 5. I need to get every single thing done. So many of us judge our worth by checked boxes, but not every task deserves your energy, and not everything on your to-do list is still relevant. Some things should be deleted immediately. Keeping busy for the sake of it can drain your resources way faster than prioritizing impact. Ask yourself, does this need doing? Or has it become a zombie task, outdated, irrelevant, or pointless, but still haunting your list because you feel obligated? Sometimes we cling to projects simply because we've already invested time, hello, sunk cost fallacy, or because it's part of some outdated routine. But every low-value task steals energy from the things that actually matter. You're allowed to let go, even to quit. If a task no longer aligns with your values or goals, freeing yourself up is smart productivity, not failure. Be upfront with anyone depending on you, and then focus your energy elsewhere. The most productive people let go of what doesn't serve them, freeing up space for the work and rest that truly matter. If letting go feels scary, remember, your value isn't measured by endless busyness. Real productivity is about what you choose to do, not just what you finish. Remember, these productivity lies are everywhere, especially for those of us with ADHD. You don't have to operate by outdated rules. If you're ready to work with your brain, not against it, you're in the right place and part of our Growth Mindset Project community. Want more? Check out our other videos on focus, energy management, and building systems that support the way your mind really works. Don't forget to hit the bell so you never miss future episodes. See you in the next video.